TavishTalks.com. That's TavishTalks.com. The priority deadline is February the 10th. So visit TavishTalks.com right now and let's build this table together.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Pop psychology didn't heal us. It gave us prettier excuses. Therapy speak turned into spiritual gaslighting, a way to dodge accountability while sounding enlightened. People are throwing around narcissists and gaslighting like they're casting spells to make uncomfortable feelings disappear. You're not trauma-informed because you memorized Instagram infographics. You're trauma-avoidant. We used to say, I'm upset. Now it's, I'm dysregulated or I'm triggered. We used to have fights. Now everything's emotional abuse. When every painful moment gets pathologized, you're not creating safety. You're building a psychological fortress where real growth, not that performative, can't reach you. Esther Perel nailed it when she said, we've replaced intimacy with diagnosis. You hurt me became, you're toxic. I need space turned into, your attachment style triggers my abandonment wound. Christ, just say you're mad and work through it. Real healing isn't about perfect language. It's about sitting with the mess until something shifts. Sometimes the person calling you out isn't abusive. They're just inconveniently right. Sometimes your boundaries aren't sacred. They're scared. Maybe we could try being wrong sometimes. Maybe discomfort isn't trauma. Maybe healing isn't about finding the right words. Maybe it's when we drop the clinical or spiritual armor and finally shut up long enough to feel the weight of being human.
Hey, I know. The voice of reason, I'm just not gonna let up. It's what I do. It's what I've been called to do. It's a calling. Dr. Jashana Johnson said it's a ministry. I'm gonna go with that. Do you see everything that's going on in the world right now? How can you be toxic with spiritual language and therapy speak? How can you have the words down so perfectly, but yet still have so much work to do? The more self-discovery that happens, the more self-conquering that happens, the more self-unraveling, right, that happens. Could it be that the less you speak, right? The more you become aware and cognizant of the true essence of you, words seem to fail you, right? I'm going to drill down on this. Tonight's topic, that was Lenny, Dogman, right? And you know we play some of his clips often. Really, it's a cartoon character called Lenny. It's a dog. But he drops good game. And the voice of reason wants to build on that. Some people use healing language to avoid evolution. It's not what you speak, it's what you embody. Just like trauma is stored in the body. Babette Rothschild's work, right? The body remembers. So whenever you're traumatized, your body keeps the score. Your body remembers. Your mind tries to forget, tries to spiritualize, intellectualize, therapize, right? Do you see? Some people use healing language to avoid evolution, right? Not narcissism, not manipulation. Homeostatic spirituality. I'm trying to maintain homeostasis by using spiritual terms, by using therapy terms, by diagnosing myself and others. Healing as a stasis technology. Let me give you the topic again. Some people use healing language to avoid evolution. I'm going to say this so I can feel better in the uncomfortable moment. The only way to deconstruct the uncomfort is to sit in it without judgment, without a conclusion. Tonight's provocation. Some people use healing language not for evolution but for stasis. Homeostatic spirituality. Comfort dressed as strength, as resilience, as courage. You know I love this author. Robert Anton Wilson would tag this as a reality tunnel renovation. Concepts, identical reflexes. He called it maybe logic, right? It supplies the antidote. Hold every claim as a probability statement, not as a bona fide 100% fact. It's a probability statement. Then ask, when pressure hits, what changes? If insight never converts into altered scheduling, exits, boundaries, or tolerance for discomfort, then you decorate stagnation with prettier stories. 1-800-920-1580. So we run an experiment, right? It's not a sermon. We're just going to run an experiment. Under stress, do you breathe deeper? Are you conscious of your breath? Do you pause longer? Tell the truth sooner? Stay present while the flight impulse screams? Right? Choose contact, embodiment over narrative, over story. If not, your map grew. Your territory stayed untouched. Words can label fear and lower arousal for a moment. Yet labeling rarely rewires threat thresholds. That's what we want to do. The only way to rewire it is to embrace it without condemnation. Rewiring demands self-exposure, repetition, and recovery. Might sound boring, right? These are not declarations, right? Genuine healing often feels like temporary identity failure, right? You use the spiritual language or the therapy language to make yourself feel better in the moment. But it's not about feeling better. It's about becoming better. And oftentimes that doesn't feel good. So let me say it again. Genuine, authentic, real healing often feels like temporary identity failure. If we're dealing with identity failure, we're dealing with ego. Right? Gosh. Right? Genuine healing, man. How many people really want to heal? How many people actually want to heal? Not just talk the talk. You remember the old saying, talk the talk. That's one thing, but to walk, that's another thing, right? Do you see? Genuine healing often feels like temporary identity failure, disorientation, grief, awkwardness, and silence. That discomfort signals construction, right? No universal script exists. Your nervous system needs your data. Ego relaxes when you treat every narrative as data, not the law, right? You stop defending descriptions and start training responses. That shift breaks the addiction to words, less proclamation, more practice, fewer explanations, more embodied proof in the now. You want to heal? You got to sit still. Say it again, Zoe. Somebody, I don't know who heard that. If you want to heal, you got to sit still with the unhealed part of yourself. And you can't reprimand it. You can't judge it. You can't condemn it. You can't move away from it. You can't try to change it. You just got to lean into it. Do you see? So your storyline, if left untapped, can function like a wound warden. If you treat it as an authority instead of just information, right? It becomes all powerful. Here's the clean distinction. Narrative as a map is useful. My story, this is where I came from. This is where I am now, right? It names patterns, timestamps wounds, organizes meaning. It can reduce shame and confusion. Narrative as jurisdiction is binding. This is where too much narrative, reliance on the narrative, right? It grants the wound veto power over choices. Who you love, what you tolerate, what you avoid, when you leave, how you self-protect. That's when the story becomes the warden of you, right? So no, I don't frame your freed self as another storyline. Freedom shows up as a capacity under pressure. Do you see? You pause where you used to react. You stay present where you used to flee. You hold boundaries without speech. You tolerate the awkward identity gap without rushing back to familiar explanations. I'm really trying to get you guys to understand the embodiment piece of healing. Sure, you could say, I healed, or I got on the healing journey and I started doing the work. That's the new thing everybody's saying, the work, right? But you have to embody the work. And remember, you embodying the work only works on you. You can't take your practice for healing yourself and create a universal blanket license that fits everybody. Healing is not one size fits all. Do you see? Sure, there's some ideas and concepts like sit with it without judgment, right? But some people might need to work out with it without judgment. Some people might need to take a walk with it without judgment. Some people might need to meditate with it without judgment. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is not an anti-story, right? What it is you have to demote the story so you don't become an actor in the script that you keep rereading. A quick diagnostic, right, you can use. If your narrative gets more sophisticated while your behaviors stay the same, the story runs the inmate and the prison. Let me say it again. If your narratives get more sophisticated while your behaviors remain the same, the story is now running the inmate and the prison. You got a wound warden. If your behavior changes while your narrative simplifies, the organism exits the cell. You exit the cell. Your wounds don't need a new philosophy. They need obsolete authority, earned through repetition, not rhetoric. Why self-awareness? Without behavioral change, functions as a sophisticated form of avoidance. Right? Oh, I know what's wrong with me. I know my background. I know how I was raised. Let me say it again. Why does self-awareness without behavioral change, embodiment, functions as a sophisticated form of avoidance? When the voice of reason comes forward, we're going to peel this onion back even further.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, KBLA delegation, you know what's better than laughing? Laughing while celebrating the legends who made us laugh in the first place. KBLA Talk 1580 is proud to present our annual Black History Month luncheon. And this year, we're honoring comedy greats, trailblazers who broke barriers, and funny bones at the same time.
You had to grow up early when we was growing up because your parents were sent to the store to buy. You was too young to buy. I want you to go to the store, get me a fifth of gin and a pack of cigarettes. Mama, I'm two, they ain't gonna let me have that. Here, take this note. You be a little boy walking down the street with liquor and cigarettes. And your neighbors be going, that's a good little boy right there.
We need a little levity right about now. So we're rolling out the red carpet for comedy royalty. D.L. Hughley, Melanie Camacho, Earthquake, Lunel, Dion Cole, Martin Lawrence, and a surprise guest appearance. It's going up Thursday, February 26th in downtown LA at the Grammy Museum. An unforgettable afternoon of stories, celebration, and yes, plenty of laughs. Because let's be real, these legends don't just tell jokes. They have changed the game, opened doors, and made history while making us smile.
You gotta go to child support court. You gotta get there real early in the morning. You see brothers going into court. You see them come out 3 hours later. I can't pay this. Let me talk to you, baby. Please, let me talk to the witness, Your Honor. Let me talk to the witness. Brother be working for 3 weeks, get his check is $43.
This year, for the first time ever, we have set aside a limited number of individual tickets for the luncheon. They are going to go fast, and when they're gone, they're gone. So, if you want a single ticket, or if your company or organization wants to sponsor a table, move swiftly and get to KBLA1580.com right now. All these comedy giants in one room on one stage at the same time? Stop it! This event is going to sell out quicker than right now and sooner than at once. KBLA Talk 1580's annual Black History Month luncheon, Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum. It's gonna be legendary, just like them.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
You got to laugh the pain away.
You know you want some more. More. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Do you have any platonic relationships in your life right now?
With a woman?
Yeah.
No. I'm not about to be around no woman platonically because I'm not about to play them type of games.
Is it self-control?
I'm not about to have her around playing like I don't think that she's attractive.
Is it possible to think someone's attractive and still behave yourself?
Yes.
Do you have control of them thoughts?
Yes. We not about to be friends. I don't have good-looking women that's friends around me. I don't even have women friends, bro. I know me.
You know you, okay?
I know me.
And what that mean?
That means if I'm around a woman long enough, I'm going to find something good in her that attracts me.
When you're attracted, what didn't happen?
Sex.
So let me show you what manipulation sounds like when it's dressed up as virtue. Cam Newton said he doesn't have platonic female friends because he doesn't play those games. That sounds disciplined, it sounds principled. When the questions kept coming, the truth slipped out. It wasn't that he doesn't play those games, it's that he can't control himself around attractive women. And that matters because discipline is saying, I have desire and I manage it. What he described was any attractive woman around me eventually becomes a sexual option. That's not discipline, that's unmanaged desire. And instead of owning that, he shifted the frame and shifted the blame. Now it's not his lack of self-control, it's the game, it's the situation. It's women existing near him that are attractive. That's virtue signaling. Virtue signaling is when someone says something that sounds morally strong, not to tell the truth, but to protect their image and avoid accountability. And that's why this is dangerous, because if no one pushes back, then the surface level answer sounds noble, but the treatment of others and the mindset of the person the statement's coming from are not. And it usually ends with you or everyone else around you being the reason why something's going on. Clear manipulation. Be mindful of people that do this in and around your life. Don't just listen to what people say, listen to what they're avoiding. That's where discernment starts. And your boundaries finish the job.
Cam? Is Cam the new Steve Harvey? Cause I'm tired, boss. I'm tired, boss. Is Cam the new Steve Harvey? Because here's the thing, when Steve Harvey first, and no disrespect to Uncle Steve. Steve, you know, he did a lot of positive things, right? He got a book. you know, act like a lady, think like a man, or think like a man, act like a lady. And he said a lot of 90 days. Just wait 90 days. Do you know a man can wait 80 days? He can wait 160 days. He can wait 180 days. He can wait. Like, it's not the amount of time. It's what's being done with the time. Never mind. I don't want to get into Steve. But I'm saying Cam is saying a lot of reckless stuff that's not even really sound. I mean, it's articulate, but it's not even articulate. Platonically? What in the feast of Sam Hain is going? I don't know. But again, who was the brother in the clip? So what he was trying to say was what my topic is for tonight. Some people use healing language to avoid evolution. That was Forrest Laurent, right? You can sound deep. You can sound intelligent. You can be charismatic. But if you don't embody what you're saying, right? This is one of my questions. Like I don't want to deviate this from the topic, because there's a lot of people out there who can talk the Bible well, but do they embody the Bible? More importantly, if they're a Christian, do they embody Christ? Can they tap into the mustard seed? Like Christ. Like you can memorize 6. There was a time in the 90s, I had at least 1,500 verses of the Bible memorized. At least. And just for argument's sake, I wanted to argue with the Jehovah's Witness or the Mormon. Come see me. I wanted to do it. You understand? Just talking it is not walking it. That's tonight's topic. How many people you know how to speak therapy speak, know how to speak spiritual speak, but are not even close to embodying what they're so passionate about? When we come forward, you think the voice of reason just got started? You'd be wrong. I haven't even started. Let's get it.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is calling for major reforms at the Department of Homeland Security as the House prepares to vote to end the government shutdown.
ICE agents should conduct themselves like every other law enforcement agency in the country.
On ABC's This Week, Jeffries said Democrats will meet to decide their approach to DHS funding while calling the Senate-backed deal a step in the right direction. Another black lawmaker is facing COVID relief fraud charges. Georgia State Representative Dexter Sharper is accused of collecting more than $13,000 in unemployment benefits while still earning income from his business, music work, and his legislative salary. And rapper Nicki Minaj skipped the Grammys this year and then went on social media blasting artists who attended. After host Trevor Noah mentioned her absence, Minaj fired back with offensive posts targeting Jay-Z, Chrissy Teigen, and Lizzo. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
In the new year, make one commitment. Don't let someone else's carelessness leave you paying the price. OPO law has been protecting Los Angeles for nearly 50 years. So if you're injured this holiday season or at any time in 2026, go to opolaw.com.
Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley. The tools to hold a meaningful conversation should not be reserved just for a privileged few. It is a skill our world desperately needs in every community, at every table. So I'm pleased to announce the Founding Members Scholarship Program from our online course, The Art of Conversation, in 4 different categories. The Community Builder, for those who serve others, the Rising Voice for emerging communicators, the Bridge Builder for underrepresented perspectives, and the Determined Scholar for those facing financial hardship. If finances are the only barrier between you and this training, well, let's hurdle that barrier. We're accepting applications right now at TavisTalks.com. That's TavisTalks.com. The priority deadline is February the 10th. So visit TavisTalks.com right now and let's build this table together.
February 4th is Transit Equity Day. To mark the occasion, Metro is offering free rides all day on the 4th. Providing safe, accessible, and affordable transportation is a commitment Metro makes year-round. Learn more at thesource.metro.net.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has work source centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewdd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-344-5550. 800-344-5550. Again, that's 800-344-5550.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom? She started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Love's gonna get you killed, but pride's gonna be the death of you and you and me and you and you and you and me and you and you and you and me and you and you. In another life, I surely was there.
Hell raising, well chasing, new worldly possessions. Flesh making, spirit breaking, which one would you listen?
The better part, the human heart, you love them or dissect them.
Happiness or flashiness, how do you serve the question? See, in the perfect world, I would be perfect world.
I don't trust people enough beyond their surface world.
I don't love people enough to put my faith in man. I put my faith in these lyrics, hoping I make a band. I understand I ain't perfect, I probably won't come around. This time I might put you down, last time I ain't give a f***. I still feel the same now, my feelings might go numb. You're dealing with cold thumb, I'm willing to give up a leg and arm to show empathy from.
You're a person that's doing the work. You're in therapy, but you're still getting painted as the villain. Let's talk. If you grew up in an environment where you don't have the emotional luggage, you were told to man up, get over it, or that you were too sensitive. Now you're in therapy and you're trying, but you get shut down or you even get misunderstood. That's not dysfunction. That's a nervous system without a template for safety. A lot of men and women too never learned how to name what's happening inside them. So when you finally show up to therapy, you're all of a sudden expected to explain your pain, but you've never been taught the language on how to do that. Ooh. So you might end up freezing. But here's also a truth, because therapists are human too. A lot of these therapists out here, man, they are holding these biases and projecting them into the client space that's supposed to be safe. Sometimes they will only hear the loudest partner, one who cries harder, the one that talks more, or the one that intellectualizes therapy jargon. These are all reenactments, not forms of healing. So here's something that if you are in therapy, I want you to try to practice, okay? If you freeze, fumble, or you start to feel misunderstood, you can say something along the lines of, I want to be here and I want to do this process, but I struggle with how to articulate or say what I need to say or express my feelings. You can also say something along the lines of, can you help me slow down instead of assuming? You can even use phrases such as, can you help me unpack this instead of assuming the narrative? I feel like I'm being misunderstood and that everybody's already assigning how I feel about this. You can also say, I didn't grow up with emotional safety and I'm still learning. This is where the double standard lives, because if women are allowed to say this, if women are allowed to bring up their traumas, their pain, use how they didn't have the safety to speak growing up, why are men not allowed? This is where this whole umbrella contradicts itself, because we are demanding the very thing of men that we are not providing ourselves. That to me does not make sense. When you use these types of terms, and that's going to take practice because you're going to freeze. The idea isn't to perfectify it all, okay? Because you're not going to. You're a human, and if you're in a therapy session with a good therapist, that therapist will see this and help you with it. And also join the therapy session with questions. Reflect to yourself, okay, what's something that I'm afraid to say? What part of me learned that shutting down or avoid?
Hey, it's Sav. That's who that is on that clip, and she's cooking, because the whole point is not to pathologize your narrative. It is to say, don't elevate your narrative to wound warden status, where everything about you is dependent on what happened to you. Do you see? Yes, you can name it. It's good. However, don't claim what you name. Listen, the voice of reason needs somebody meme it. Put it on X. Put it on Instagram. You can't claim what you've named. See, Somebody say, oh, I'm anxious, preoccupied. I'm going to claim it. It's not like being a Gemini. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, I got mother issues. I got mother wounds. Don't claim it. Don't identify with the work. Just do the work. Do you see? It was Alfred Korzybski, right? The guy who created general semantics and then E prime out of that. Again, one of his famous quotes. The definition creates the condition. Do you see? Or the map is not the territory. So he saw language as a linguistic map that was good for giving directions, but bad for telling the condition of the topography. The potholes in the streets, right? The glass or the nails in the streets that are imperceptible to the GPS system. What he's saying is, yes, the language is a map, but it is not reality. Do you see? So he said, the map is not the territory. The word is the map, and thus not the territory. Do you see? So now, when we talk about healing, embodiment is the territory. Therapy speak and spiritual talk is the map. I can say what it is. You know how many people who know what's wrong with them, but yet refuse to get into the territory of the wound? Oh, I can tell you everything about me that's wrong with me. But do you get into the wound, into the territory of the wound? Let me say it again. Embodiment as territory. Why healing begins where language fails. Think about it. All you got from Jesus is his word. But do you have his embodiment? I'm not here to pick on nobody. I'm just simply saying, do you have his embodiment? This is why it's so difficult to replicate the power of the man who walked, the man you follow. Because you got the map. You got the map of Jesus in the red words in the Bible. But can you embody those? Come on, 1-800-920-1580. Do you see? Human culture overestimates language. The great Krishnamurti said it. We don't use language. Language uses us. Not because language lacks usefulness, right? Not because language lacks beauty. Not because language lacks power. But because language never touches reality itself. Words functions as symbols. That's no different than math functioning as math is the most advanced language we have on the planet Earth, but yet it is a system of symbols. Just like language. Math is a language in and of itself. But language never touches reality. Again, words functions as symbols. What do symbols do? They point. Symbols reference. Symbols compress. Symbols never become what they reference. You have to use those symbols, read the map, but embody the territory. That's the real work. How many people we believed in because they had the words down, and then they wrapped those words in articulation, right? In passion, in charisma. And then you wake up one day and your bank account's empty and that person done closed the doors. Close the doors. Ushers, close the doors. Do you understand what I'm saying? Symbols never become what they reference. If you want to heal, you have to become what you're reading. You have to embody what you're reading. Embodiment is the territory. A nervous system that does not recognize... Oh, this is going to hurt. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm offering you to call in tonight because this is a powerful story. And I know a lot of people use those words to get through the negative moment. But sometimes it's not about getting through the negative moment. It's about sitting through the negative moment. Can you sit through the negative moment without self-condemnation, without condemnation of others, without criticism, without evaluation, without judgment? Can you do it? A nervous system does not reorganize because a sentence was formed correctly. When I come forward, the voice of reason, we gonna keep this fire lit. Let's go.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach? Transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal? Prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Somebody should have told me it would be like this, be like this, be like this.
Somebody should have told me it would be like this. Yeah, life is a balance. You lose your grip, you can slip into an abyss. No doubt, you see these tripping. Ego in charge of every move, he's a star. And we can't look away due to the days that he caught our hearts. He's falling apart, but we deny it. Justifying a half he drop, we always buy it. When he tell us he a genius, but it's clearer lately. It's been hard for him to look into the mirror lately. There was a time when this was my hero, maybe. That's the reason why his fall from grace is hard to take. Cause I believed him when he said it was pure, ain't he? The type of nigga swear he real, but all around us fake. The women, the riders, you know the yes men. Nobody with the to say something to contest them. So he grows out of control until the person that he truly was all along is starting to show. Damn, wonder what happened. Maybe it's my fault for idolizing based off the words they be rapping. When come to find out, these don't even write. They hit some new style bubbling up.
Manipulation tactics to use on a healed individual. Now, this is method 2, the being fixable method. Now, where a lot of people go wrong on this is they think that you can simply just be scum and things are going to work out for you. Well, that is part of it. There is much more nuance to it. Like, if you're just simply scum, some of these people aren't going to want to deal with you. The key part is to know what flaws are deal breakers and what flaws aren't deal breakers. Examples, if you talk about not being loyal, that's probably going to be a deal breaker. But if you talk about struggling with communication, it probably won't be. But the real key part with these flaws is to mention that you have them, but never actually show that you have them. What do I mean by this? I mean, you can say something like, yo, full disclosure, I'm not the best at communication. However, when a situation arises where you have to communicate your off. But while you're communicating, say, I know I'm not the best at communication, but I am trying. I hope, I'm doing okay right now. And you can always swing this into some pretty natural sounding love bombing. Like me, for instance, I'm a bad texter. So whenever I do this, I'll be like, yo, I'm a horrible texter. And the response is always, well, you're texting me just fine. And I'll be like, it's different though.
So I'm not saying that man is a narcissist, but if he is, he's a very self-aware one. And of course, if you're new here, I'm a narcissist. I actually have narcissistic personality disorder. A lot of people ask me, do narcissistic, toxic people know what they are doing? And you see right there, that man right there, he knows exactly what he is doing. That person knows what he's doing. Just like a lot of narcissistic people would do, they study people. They practice techniques and things like that. If this doesn't work, let me adjust. Let me readjust on the fly and things like that. And does this stuff work? Yeah, it works all the time. It absolutely does work. That's why you see a lot of people have shared and saved his video. Like over 30,000 people have saved his video to try to study and use his techniques on people. And you notice I didn't say on women or on men, on people. It works on people in general. With that technique right there, you are making people feel special because it seems like you're going above and beyond to understand them, to communicate better, to text better and things like that. So that person feels special. Like, you texting me just fine. He did another couple of videos where he says, oh, I'm not trying to hurt people. I'm just trying to tell people how to do what they need to do. He just used the word love bombing. So he's very self-aware of what he's doing, y'all. And this is not an attack on that person. That's just manipulation. It is what it is. He also posted this video.
That was Lee Hammond, self-aware narcissist, pointing out a potential narcissist. Now, Lee Hammond has been diagnosed with NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. He's saying, I think that dude is a narcissist, and he's self-aware because he's using spiritual speak and positive speak mixed in with love bombing to manipulate. You think the narcissist doesn't understand namaste? Doesn't understand shalom? Assalamu alaikum? Doesn't understand alafia? Habaragani? Do you think the narcissist doesn't understand that? This is what I'm saying. The words are a mere map. They're not the territory. How many people have fallen in the trap of the sweetness, of the charisma, the articulation, and the overall knowledge, and it been the wrong person? Yeah, they call it the okie doke. Ladies and gentlemen, 1-800-920-1580. I'm just here to tell you, healing is revealing. The revealing of oneself. The rebuke of concealing oneself. To accept oneself after you've been revealed. After you've been concealed. Do you see? That's healing. Healing, if you look at it from an etymological standpoint, it means wholeness. This is what, of course, Carl Jung was talking about when he was speaking on integration. To heal is to be whole. To be whole is a process of self-acceptance. But there will be pain if you're trying to free your authentic self from the self that's imprisoned by the narrative. Right? Whatever story you tell. Is it after breaking up with the first people you loved and the first people who hurt you, your primary caregivers, then you got to break up with the narrative you used to survive them. Do you see? A body does not release survival reflexes because an explanation felt accurate. You know, that's true about me. You know how many times I done talked to folk and they go, gosh, that's accurate. Gosh, that's on point. And then they walk away as the exact same person they was before I said a word. A psyche does not update its thresholds because a narrative sounded convincing. Language operates as a map. Healing occurs only on the ground of the wound. And your therapist, your pastor, your guru, your coach, they cannot approach the ground of your wound. They can point you to where it's at. But you got to go land on that wound and put your feet on the ground of that wound so you can ground yourself with it. Oh, goodness. I don't know who I'm talking to tonight. This distinction alone destabilizes long portions of modern healing culture. People increasingly treat symbolic fluency as evidence of transformation. You are not transformed just because you can speak it. Hell, I can speak it and I'm not transformed. Do you see? I still got some transforming to do. They speak well. They name patterns. They articulate history. They construct precise descriptions of inner life. All of this builds increasingly detailed maps. The map is not the territory. Woo, when the voice of reason comes full circle, we go into the phone lines. Let's get it.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is calling for major reforms at the Department of Homeland Security as the House prepares to vote to end the government shutdown.
ICE agents should conduct themselves like every other law enforcement agency in the country.
On ABC's This Week, Jeffries said Democrats will meet to decide their approach to DHS funding while calling the Senate-backed deal a step in the right direction. Another black lawmaker is facing COVID relief fraud charges. Georgia State Representative Dexter Sharper is accused of collecting more than $13,000 in unemployment benefits while still earning income from his business, music work, and his legislative salary. And rapper Nicki